I've been asked a couple of times now if I could share what different care changes I make once my hamsters become seniors. The thing with senior hamster care is it is very dependent on your particular hamster. There are senior hamsters who don't even show signs of aging until one day they've passed in their nest, and then there are others who begin to slow down fast and they show the typical senior signs like increased sleeping, less running on their wheels, hair thinning, etc. And when we talk about senior hamsters, usually we're talking about hamsters that have hit the 1.5 mark or older. So what I show today may not apply to every senior hamster, but this is just what care Penny currently needs. I adopted Penny in September of 2023 when he was just 4 months old, so based on that, he's estimated to be 2 years and 6 months old now, and he definitely has been showing it. Since Halloween is now over, I wanted to switch Penny back to his normal layout. When I originally set up the enclosure, I mentioned that I created the current layout to be designed to be easy for Penny to get around in because his mobility has really decreased. For him, climbing isn't as easy as it once was, though he definitely has the determination, so reducing the amount of clutter and things in the way was needed for him. So I tried my best to make everything as easy as I could for him to get up and into and out again. He also doesn't use his wheel very much anymore, but I've left it in there just in case he wants to use it at all. I noticed he slips a little on his marble hideout lid, so I went ahead and I grabbed some of my cork liners and I just cut a small square to cover that part, so now he has a lot more traction on top. While he might not have great mobility, he still enjoys boredom breakers, so I try to include a couple of different options like his wooden log tray where I sprinkle his seed mix, and another boredom breaker that just needs to be slid open. Despite not being super active, Penny still comes out at least 3 times a day. This is mainly because he exclusively pees in his sand bath, but I always get to see him in the evenings. For his age, I'm not mad at all at how his fur looks. It's quite long, so I do go ahead and I brush it out whenever I can just to make sure that it doesn't get matted. He of course has some hair thinning on his face and bum, but overall not too bad. Another common issue senior hamsters may have is something called sticky eyes. Penny has this issue with his right eye sometimes, and when I notice it's stuck shut, I'll go ahead and I'll wipe it open with a warm, damp cloth. This essentially happens when they produce eye sleepers, and while they're sleeping, they dry up, causing the eyes to get stuck. When it comes to Penny's overall diet, there are a couple of changes I've made. He still gets a seed mix scattered in his boredom breaker, and I've been using Night Angel's Syrian mix as it's a little lower in protein. This can be recommended for older hamsters as high amounts of protein can be harder on their kidneys. Something I always give my senior hamsters is the addition of baby food. I usually pick something that is lower in sugar and has more veggies than fruits, and of course avoid any with unsafe hamster ingredients, but you can also easily make your own baby food by steaming and pureeing whatever foods you select. They always seem to absolutely adore it. If you notice your senior hamster has a reduced appetite, this may be in relation to their teeth becoming more brittle, and the addition of soft foods can really help. Another soft food I like to offer is a pre-made mush food. There are a variety of brands who make these and are typically used for animals who are recovering from surgery, illness, or struggling with eating. The one I've been using in particular is Oxbow's Critical Care Omnivore, and you just mix up a little with some water. I usually only make as much as I think he'll eat in a night, and this is something I'll make fresh every night. Of course, he doesn't usually eat it in front of me, but he does still enjoy it. Another thing I've been doing lately was inspired by Nico Syrian Hamster on Instagram, and that is offering a thyme tea. It's easy enough to do just by steeping fresh thyme leaves in hot water and then letting it cool down before offering it. Thyme is known for supporting respiratory health, but it also can be great for boosting the immune system. So I'll make a fresh cup every night, give some to Penny, and then I'll have the rest to myself. Of course, this is only in addition to his regular water, so he's never forced to drink the thyme tea, but I have noticed he will willingly drink it. To make sure he stays warm and has a soft nest, I like adding in some ripped toilet paper, and he'll collect all of that by the end of the night and put it in his nest. He also still enjoys coming out, so of course I try to spend as much time with him as I can because I don't know how much time I'll have left with him. Another thing that I noticed is he easily gets tired when he's awake in his enclosure. So he'll kind of just be in a spot and he'll suddenly nod off, and then he'll kind of wake up and be like, oh yeah, I forgot what I was doing. He also really loves taking little naps in his castle hideout now that I've put it back in. I'm not sure what it is about it, but he really likes to just go to sleep in there. And that is essentially what I've been doing for him the past couple of months. So I hope someone has found this a little helpful if you're experiencing having a senior hamster right now or preparing for the future. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video. Bye!